What's up, you guys? Scott here. So in today's video, I want to answer a very common question that I get quite a bit, even in my own Facebook group and from a lot of the strategy calls that I do, which is regarding the niche and your experience with the niche. So what do I mean by this? So whether you're starting out as a hypnotherapist, you're a coach or an NLP practitioner, maybe you're swapping your niche, maybe you're looking at investigating a new niche, or maybe you're starting from scratch and you're starting in a brand new niche, there may be a concern that comes up that you think about, which is, do I need to have experience having that problem myself? Now, I don't mean experience as far as solving the problem. That's obviously a necessity, but I'm talking about, should you pick a niche that you have or haven't had experience with that pain for yourself? So, I mean, really what I mean by this is, everybody knows that my background was helping lawyers, I should say, quit smoking, but I was never a smoker. I've never smoked anything in my life, from cigarettes, cigars, marijuana, ice, whatever it is, any sort of drug or any sort of addictive cigarette that you can smoke, I never have in my life. As a matter of fact, some of my family have, but that was not the reason why I chose that niche. So I chose that niche because basically that's what my mentor was an expert in. And I found it really comforting to learn directly from him, and I could apply pretty much all the strategies he taught me to help smokers quit smoking very quickly. I enjoyed it, but then further on, I started to really enjoy just working with lawyers in general. I like their attitude, their persona, and things like that. So when it comes to picking your own niche, do you need to have experience having that problem yourself? And my own opinion, I'm not saying it's 100% correct, you don't have to agree with me, is no. I mean, sure enough, let's say, for example, I was a smoker and I had my own problems quitting smoking, like I couldn't figure it out, but then I would go ahead and try and help people quit their own smoking. That could cause some sort of issues, but again, I really just think it comes down to understanding this. In business in general, we know as therapists, as coaches, as entrepreneurs, your story doesn't matter. What you've been through, sure, you may be able to relate to your clients better, but it doesn't mean it's going to make or break your business. I think far too many of us, and I sort of fell for this at one point myself, and I see a lot of therapists and coaches falling for this and getting stuck in this place, which is, I'm going to go looking for a niche based off my own experience. So as an example, we have students right now that are working in places like narcissistic relationships. And while some of them have been through that themselves and do extremely well in their business, the flip side of that, we also have other therapists and coaches that have never had any relationship problems that are helping people with relationship problems and crushing it as well. Like I said, I think we fall into that place, which is, I'm only going to pick a niche based on my story. And here's what can happen. I mean, your story, what you've been through, your experience. Sure, you may be able to relate, but just because you've been through it does not necessarily mean that it's going to equate to a very profitable niche. Thus, you're going to make money in your business. So I think when it comes to understanding your niche, sure, if your niche aligns to your story, so be it. But don't be heartbroken if it doesn't. And I apply the same rules to something we all hear and talk about, which is passion. Sure, you've got to be excited about your work. You've got to like the people you're working with. You've obviously got to be very, very good at solving these problems. But sometimes passion blinds us. I know many, many instances of therapists and coaches and people that I would call colleagues in this industry that have spent the last 5 years, 10 years, if not 15 years, trying to grow their passion through their business. And multiple year after year after year of not making money, not having success, they're still blinded when the market is even telling them that we don't want what you have. We don't want to pay for your service. Basically, this niche is going to be not profitable, but they're not willing to let it drop. They're not willing to change the niche and find something else. So I think that if we get caught in the niche of, I have to have experience in it before I can help these people. Plus, it has to align to my passion. It has to align to my experience of what I've been through, can sometimes blind us to what really matters in business. And as I've said all along, and I'm probably the only one who says it this way, when it comes to business, your clients don't care about you. I care about you because you guys are potential students of mine. You guys are potential clients, and you guys are colleagues, and I want you to succeed. But that's a different business model. When it comes to working with therapy and coaching clients, the only thing that matters is results. It doesn't matter about you. It doesn't matter about your story. You could be in that niche based on your story and your background and just be really terrible at helping solve that problem, which means that your background, your story, and the passion for this niche has no equivalence to you actually making money. All clients care about is results. So guys, when it comes to picking your niche, therapists, coaches, NLPers alike, business owners, only thing that matters is results. Like I said, if your background or the experience you've had in that pain aligns to what you've been through, so be it. That's fantastic. But don't go investigating a niche or don't dismiss a niche because you've never been through it before. Now, obviously, let's say, for example, I probably couldn't help women with like pregnancy problems or real issues with women because I'm not a woman. I'm never going to go through that. I might not be able to relate at that level. However, I would still investigate that niche if I had some sort of interest in it or I knew that I could actually help these women. I would still investigate it. I would not dismiss a niche based on what I've been through. I always look at the results I can get people. So guys, like I said, whether you're starting out, whether you're changing your niche, it really doesn't matter. Don't be blinded by your passion. Obviously, you still want to enjoy what you do, but don't dismiss niches because you have been through it or haven't been through it, I should say. But also don't spend your entire career trying to chase a niche because you think that it has to relate to your story, your experience and your passion, because if there's no money there, the niche is not going to be profitable. It doesn't matter how good your marketing is, how well you can relate to that background and experience, how well you can solve that problem. If there's no people that are willing to spend money on this thing that you're trying to sell, it doesn't matter what you're trying to do, you're never going to make money. Just like a good therapist or a coach has to remain really, really flexible during the session. We sort of have to go with what the client presents us as far as information, changing our strategy, changing our technique. Business is no different. Business is not linear. It's not stuck. It's always evolving. It's like a living and breathing organism, and you have to put your ear down to the niche, down to the ground. You've got to be listening to what the niche is telling you. You've got to do this thorough research. You can't be stuck in this box, which is, it has to be passion. It has to be my experience. It has to be what I've been through, or this niche is never going to be able to work with me, because that's definitely not the case. Like I said before, I've never smoked. I never will. I know people that have smoked. I was just good at helping people quit smoking. I really enjoyed working with lawyers and they trusted me. I don't think I ever had a lawyer ask me if I ever smoked. The only time people ask me that is usually the students who are joining my program because they're curious. So this just proves to you, this is not just some theory. I'm giving you real world experience here that I created a very successful hypnotherapy business, having never smoked, never having issues with pain. A lot of you guys might not know that when I quit helping lawyers quit smoking, I moved over to pain control and I did very, very well there till I started teaching hypnosis and made an evolution in my whole business and my career. But I never really experienced those things for myself. I just knew who the clients were. I knew there was a big market for it. There was a lot of money to be made. And I also knew I was very good at solving that problem. And that's the only consideration I took. I could still be stuck 15 odd years later that I've been in this industry, or well over that route by now, trying to find a passion, trying to find a niche. As a matter of fact, when I got out of being a hypnotherapist and helping lawyers quit smoking, then the pain control was more pain control with athletes and things like that. I went into this whole evolution of trying to match my passion to the niche. And I had about probably 5 or 6 niches in a row, absolute bomb, because I forgot where it started for me. I forgot the most important details, which was results and trying to find a niche and a market with real people who are suffering from real pain. I forgot all that for some reason, call it a more than rookie mistakes. I've been in the industry for a long time. I forgot the rules when it comes to business. And when I went chasing this passion, I wanted to help people in personal development and do all this cool stuff and trying to invent this new personal development thing. It bombed time and time again. I wasted a lot of money and a lot of time until I resorted back, stopped listening about what was going on in my head, stopped trying to focus on me, and started looking about what real people want. So guys, when it comes to your niche, forget about your passion for now. That can come later. You know, my passion was not waking up every morning. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't a passion like, yes, I get to help someone quit smoking. My passion was just the actual people. I enjoyed getting results for lawyers. I liked being around them, and I learned a lot about them and what they were doing in their business for my own business. I'm very grateful for that. But don't get caught in your passion. That'll come later. Don't think you can't work with a niche because you haven't experienced it before. But also on the flip side, which I think is actually worse, don't get caught in following your passion. Don't get caught in it has to be this way because of this is my experience. I've had relationship problems. That means I can only work with relationship issues, because that is not the case. Get out of your head. Stop thinking. Look for real people with a real problem that are willing and able to spend money on your service, and then go out and start to promote this. It has nothing to do with you. The you will come later. Passion will come later. Maybe it'll align with your story. Who knows? At the end of the day, no one cares about you. I do, of course. I want you to be successful, but forget about yourself. Business is about your clients, not about you. So that was a real roundabout way for me to say, never smoked, but I helped smokers. So take that hopefully into your niche in your business as well. don't get caught in that confusion and those issues around picking a niche or changing your niche. Go with what the market is telling you that they want, not what you want for other people. Has nothing to do with you. So guys, hopefully that answered that question. Let me know. Let me know below in the comments, guys. What is your niche? Is this the first niche for you? Are you changing niches? Has this little intervention I've given you guys, has this helped? Has this cleared up any confusion? And as always, if you have any questions, let me know below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.